Hi everybody, I'm going to be reading you a story today and it's called A Butterfly Fairy Secret. It's by Fran Evans and it's a Fairy Hill book. So there are a few of them in the collection. I really like this book because of the beautiful illustrations. Just look at all those juicy blackberries. I think it's beautiful. So... oh, look at him. Okay. So, it was... I'm going to turn this way. That'd be easier, wouldn't it? It was a fresh autumn day on Fairy Hill. The whole kingdom was aglow with warm colours. This was an important time of the year for the fairies. It was harvest time. It's an important time of year for us as well because we grow our own vegetables and it's harvest sort of time. The fairies were very busy foraging far and wide for all the nuts, berries and firewood they could find. It was hard work collecting supplies and flitting through tunnels to the underground store. Butterfly Fairy was tired of working and longed to spread her wings in the last of the day's sunshine. "Come on, lazy bones, we're nearly done," said Grasshopper Fairy. But a shimmering golden sunbeam caught Butterfly Fairy's eye and off she flew to bask in the pool of light. I think that's Grasshopper Fairy there. There's tired little Butterfly Fairy. There's those blackberries again. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Love blackberries. "Oh, that's better," sighed Butterfly Fairy. But what was that noise? Shuffle, shuffle, rustle, rustle. A large woolly caterpillar was wriggling around, half covered in a silky sack. "Oh, excuse me," Butterfly Fairy asked shyly. "What are you doing?" "Oh, hello," the caterpillar said, yawning. "I'm trying to finish my cocoon. Please don't be frightened," he added with a smile. "I'm really not scary at all." He had a friendly face. "You look tired and hungry," Butterfly Fairy said. "Here, have the last of my bilberries." The caterpillar gobbled them all up. "Thank you, Butterfly Fairy. I feel better already." Butterfly Fairy visited the caterpillar secretly every day with bundles of goodies. She even took him the last of the nectar. One cold, frosty morning she forgot to cover her tracks and was followed. Her secret visits were discovered. Later that day, she was sent for by a Queen Bee Fairy who spoke to her in a soft but stern voice. "You know we need all the food we can gather, Butterfly Fairy." "Yes, but he's a friendly caterpillar who needs food too," Butterfly Fairy pleaded. "That may be," Queen Bee Fairy replied, "but you must promise no more secret visits." "Oh, I promise, Queen Bee Fairy," she whispered. Dear. Soon Fairy Hill was blanketed with snow. The fairies huddled around glowing fires, sipping warm honey, roasting nuts and telling stories. One night, Butterfly Fairy was tucked up in her cosy bed, watching as snowflakes covered the tiny windows. "Oh, I do hope the caterpillar finished his cocoon before the snow," she thought, as she fell into a restless sleep. A fairy village look at night. A loud banging noise woke Butterfly Fairy. Grasshopper Fairy leapt into the room. "A winter store is being stolen," he shouted. They raced through the tunnels to join the other fairies. "Oh no." "I think it's that caterpillar," someone shouted. "No," Butterfly Fairy cried. "He'd never do such a horrible thing, and besides, he must be asleep in his cocoon by now." Grasshopper Fairy was the only one to nod in agreement. Butterfly Fairy fled from the hall, followed by Grasshopper Fairy. "We must find the caterpillar before the others do," she said, packing her basket. "Come on, let's go." They flew over the winter woods and at last found the caterpillar. "Oh, caterpillar, are you all right?" Butterfly Fairy poured a drop of honey into his mouth to wake him up. "All the better for seeing you," whispered the sleepy caterpillar, "but I do feel quite strange." He stretched from head to tail and his cocoon ripped open. Wow. Do we know what he's going to be? "Wow," gasped the two fairies. Out of the cocoon crawled the most beautiful moth. "Brrr," the moth said, shivering. "It's still winter. What's going on?" The fairies looked very worried. "Oh, caterpillar, moth," said Butterfly Fairy. "Our food is being stolen. Can you help? The others think it's you." The moth shook his wings. "One good deed deserves another," he announced in between big yawns. "All aboard!" Like that, like a train. "All aboard!" They swooped over Fairy Hill, scouring the kingdom for the thief. On their second lap, Butterfly Fairy tapped on the moth's shoulder. "Look, there's our food!" She pointed towards a burrow in the snow. Suddenly, a greedy brown mouse scampered out, overloaded with berries. "We've got to stop him!" exclaimed Butterfly Fairy. Goodness, what a naughty little mouse. "Hold on," yelled the moth as he gathered strength and flew as quickly as he could towards the mouse. The winter sun cast a shadow. The mouse stopped in his tracks, thinking the shadow belonged to a hungry owl. He dropped the berries and ran as far away from Fairy Hill as his stubby little legs could carry him. Oh, there's his bottom. Hello, bottom. Wow, his shadow does look like an owl. Impressive. "Hooray, hooray, the moth has saved the day," the fairies cheered. Queen Bee Fairy stepped forward. "Your kindness to the moth has helped us all, Butterfly Fairy." And turning to the moth, she said, "What a fine moth you are. How can we repay you?" "Oh," he yawned. "I wouldn't mind a snooze." He's feeling a bit tired. He's flown quite a way. That evening, Butterfly Fairy made the moth a bedtime drink of warm honey and blueberry juice. "Spring will soon be here," she whispered. The moth snuggled into his bed of clover and drifted off to sleep, dreaming of sunbeams. Isn't that a beautiful story? And as I said, I absolutely love the fairy illustrations. I hope you enjoyed the story too.